Home to some of the most innovative technology, global music sensations, and cutting-edge architecture. A place that looks like it leapt straight out of a sci-fi dream. But behind the neon lights and perfect Instagram selfies lies a side of this country that few dare to explore. What if the modern marvels, the ultra-fast internet, and the spotless streets were only masking something much deeper, something darker? Today, we peel back the glossy surface of one of the most admired nations on Earth, to expose a reality that feels less like a utopia, and more like a high-tech cage. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear might just change how you see South Korea for Veer. South Korea has one of the highest education standards in the world. But that success comes at a steep cost. Students begin preparing for the college entrance exam, the infamous Suneung, from the moment they start school. Imagine spending 16 hours a day studying, with barely any time for hobbies or even friends. And the reward? Maybe a spot in a top university, and the cycle of overwork begins again. South Korea also leads the world in another, more tragic statistic: youth suicide rates. The pressure to succeed, to never fail, and to always appear perfect, it's crushing. Behind every smiling selfie is a story of anxiety, depression, or burnout. When you land a job in South Korea, you don't just get employment, you get a new life. A life controlled by hierarchy, long work hours, and absolute obedience to seniority. The phrase, Gapjil, refers to the abuse of power by superiors, and it's a common part of corporate culture. Workers often tolerate harassment, unpaid overtime, and micromanagement because speaking out can mean losing your job or worse, being blacklisted. There's even a word for dying from overwork, Gwarosa. And it happens more often than people think. In a nation driven by collective success, the individual often disappears. South Korea boasts one of the most extensive surveillance systems in the world. Cameras on every corner, biometric ID checks, and mobile tracking apps are normalized. During the pandemic, this system became even more robust. Citizens were required to check into every public place using QR codes, and their movements were monitored to prevent outbreaks. While this was praised globally, critics warned of something else: a growing culture of digital authoritarianism, privacy. It's almost a foreign concept. In the name of safety and order, personal freedoms are slowly being sacrificed. South Korea's legal system is harsh, and often uneven. Whistleblowers and activists sometimes face more punishment than those they expose. Take, for example, the controversial handling of sex crime cases. Digital crimes like hidden camera footage, known as molka, are rampant. Yet the justice system has a reputation for leniency toward powerful perpetrators. Meanwhile, protests are tightly regulated. Freedom of speech is protected by law, but heavily surveilled in practice. Dissent isn't silenced openly, it's slowly suffocated under a mountain of bureaucracy and subtle threats. So how do people cope with this overwhelming system? For many, the answer lies in fantasy. South Korea is a world leader in gaming, streaming, and online entertainment. Virtual idols have millions of fans, and many young people prefer digital friendships over real ones. Then there's the booming plastic surgery industry, where perfection is no longer a dream, but an expectation. Alter your face, reinvent your identity, start over. In a society where being ordinary feels like failure, escapism isn't just an option, it's survival. South Korea's glittering skyline hides a brutal housing crisis. Skyrocketing property prices have made owning a home nearly impossible for most young adults. Many end up living in gozewons, tiny rooms barely large enough to stretch your legs. Some even live in basement apartments, just like depicted in the Oscar-winning film Parasite. And yet, they're expected to keep up appearances, buy designer clothes, own the latest phone, and climb the never-ending social ladder. The dream of success is dangled just out of reach, forever. South Korea is racing ahead in the global tech race, testing robotic law enforcement, AI governance, and smart city infrastructure. But here's the question: are these advancements truly for the people, or are they just new tools of control? The line between innovation and intrusion is becoming harder to see. In a nation that worships progress, even freedom may one day be algorithmically managed. Don't get us wrong, South Korea is a remarkable country. It's rich with culture, resilience, and innovation. But like any nation, it has layers, some celebrated, others hidden. The glossy perfection hides a silent struggle. A world where progress walks hand in hand with pressure. Where conformity is valued over individuality. So now that you've seen what lies behind the curtain, what do you think? Is this the price of perfection? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe South Korea is heading toward a high-tech future, or drifting into a digital prison? If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the truth behind the headlines. Until next time, question everything, and look deeper.